Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Y'all listen. Okay, so I saw a clip for Love and Marriage Huntsville over on No Chaser TV's IG page. Shout out to No Chaser TV. And in the clip, Tisha is calling herself, trying to call Destiny out about being loyal. So the clip starts with Destiny sitting in her confessional, and she says, quote, "They both have this imaginary issue and they're trying to make it land and make me feel away about something that they can't even tell me or give me an example of. Give me something that I can actually maybe take and say, okay, I can own that, or get out of my face. That's stupid. Whatever. But I can't even get that besides your energy." End quote. Now, I don't know who the they is that Destiny is talking about. I'm not sure if she's talking about Nell and Tisha or if she's talking about Tisha and Kimmy, because in the scene it's Destiny, Kimmy, and Tisha out to lunch. So I'm gonna say she's talking about Tisha and Kimmy, but don't hold me to that. And as far as the issue Destiny is talking about, I feel like she could be referring to the trip they went on when she switched sprinters and took the rest of the ride with Nell, or maybe the whole "why did Nell leave the reunion early" situation. But whatever it is, instead of Tisha saying what it is, they're just saying it's your energy. Destiny, however, wants Tisha to give her something more concrete, like be specific so that I can address the situation correctly. So then Tisha says, quote, "Well, at the end of the day, I don't remember exactly what Destiny said. However, I do remember that I didn't like the way she was handling the situation. I feel like she was taking a side. I feel like she was taking Nell's side. So the thing is that I don't want it to continue to be a pattern. You said that even when it was with the Martell situation, you said I've known Martell longer and I met you guys through Martell. So that started making me question everything. Like, okay, well, because you have known Martell longer and you met us through Martell, does that mean that your relationship with Martell is more important than our relationship? And you've known Nell longer than you've known me. Does that mean that your loyalty is more towards them?" End quote. Now, Destiny, in this moment, Tisha is calling you out because that is what you said, especially when it came to Martell and the former cast member. And in a way, that's what you did when it came to Martell and the situation with him, Marcel, and Tisha. So she's basically saying that you base your loyalty or who you're going to side with on who you've known the longest, because that's what your history has shown. However, when it comes to Tisha, we all know that Tisha's definition of loyalty is to take her side regardless if she's right, wrong, indifferent. It doesn't matter if the other person is right or if you feel like the other person is right. She feels like if you are saying you're her friend, then that's the only side you should be taking. If you're my friend, you stand with me, period. And I personally feel like the reason she has a problem with you siding with Nell, even if you genuinely felt like Nell was right in the situation, is because y'all became associates dressed up as friends off of your dislike for the former cast member. So in Tisha's tattered brain, that is synonymous with you always agree with me. Ask Kimmy, she'll tell you. Kimmy already experienced that with Tisha when it came to the former cast member, when she basically told Kimmy, "You're my sister. You have my back at all times. I don't care about what type of relationship you trying to build with old girl. You ride for me. You got that?" And Kimmy said that she'll take it for what it's worth. And Tisha hit her with the, "I hope it's worth a lot." And when they came back the next season, and till this day, Kimmy has sided with Tisha, spoke for Tisha, even tried to fight Tisha's battles, especially after the Scotts and Moores got on her head for saying that if it wasn't for marriage and them being sister-in-laws, she wouldn't be friends with somebody like Tisha. And Kimmy said it herself that those folks got on her for saying that, and in a way strong-armed her to ride for Tisha. Kimmy folded like a napkin. And that's what Tisha is trying to do to you. She wants blind agreement, not loyalty. She wants compliance, baby. Then Destiny asked her, has she shown her that? And Tisha says, "You have not." Destiny asked her, "So why are you questioning it?" Tisha responds with, quote, because when I felt like you were defending Nell to me, then Destiny, she interrupted her and says, and I acknowledged how you felt. And I apologized. And I don't know what more you want me to do. And I'm not groveling and kissing your ass. Basically, I ain't Kimmy. This ain't Phaedra. Okay? So Tisha says, I don't want you to grovel. I don't want you to kiss my ass. But I do want you to acknowledge how I feel about some things. And Destiny is like, I did. Like, how many more times do I have to do that? Tisha says, but now you're trying to dismiss my feelings with, give me an example. I don't remember. Y'all ganging up. Y'all doing this. Y'all doing that. And I don't feel like Destiny was trying to dismiss Tisha's feelings. I feel like she was trying to get Tisha to stand on what she felt like Destiny didn't acknowledge. Because Tisha had already admitted that Destiny did acknowledge her feelings. But then she turns around and says, but now you're trying to dismiss my feelings. And she's basing it off of Destiny asking her to give her an example and saying that Tisha and Kimmy were trying to gang up on her, which is a part maybe of the oath Kimmy took to, remain a Scot or however they go. Then it cuts to confessional with Kimmy saying her same old lame, that Tisha boy, that Tisha. Tisha for them streets. I be trying to tell y'all, like, what are we doing? There's no way that's productive. Kimmy, ain't nobody scared of Tisha but you. And we don't care about them streets. Marcel already let us know that the girl from the other side of the tracks. So ain't nobody worried about Tisha but you. So Destiny says, quote, Tisha, you said you want me to acknowledge your feelings, right? Now, when Destiny said Tisha, Tisha goes, Destiny. Then Tisha says, right. So she's saying right in regards to her wanting Destiny to acknowledge her feelings. So Destiny asked her, has she done that? Tisha says, no. You're saying, and so Destiny, she stops her from, interrupts her. And she's like, so I haven't acknowledged your feelings? Who, child? Then Tisha does one of her Tisha things and starts trying to deflect and talk over Destiny, even though Destiny is still talking. Tisha raises her voice and says, so this is what I'm saying to you. And Destiny looked like, well, hold up now. Why you going there? Why are you getting loud and extra? And Tisha tells her, because you won't let me talk. Mind you, like I said, Destiny was already talking. But the problem is Tisha knew that Destiny had acknowledged her feelings, and since the conversation wasn't in her favor, now she's trying to flip the script. And Destiny, she let her know, I'm talking too. I was speaking. I asked you a question. Tisha tells Destiny, if you're talking over me, then that means you're not listening to what I'm saying. No, Tisha, baby, that would be you. That's what you're doing. Marcel told you about that. Just like when you were told the former cast member that her apology was BS, this, that, and the other, when y'all was down there at that girls retreat and you was trying to tell him what happened, just standing up there doing all that talking, and Marcel just stood there listening, and once you finished, he said, I'm sorry, Tisha, but you're talking about Tisha. And it took you a minute to catch on, and you were like, I'm not talking about myself. And he had to break it down to you, what you said, in order for you to see that you were describing yourself. And you just did the same thing to Destiny when you said, if you're talking over me, then that means you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're talking over her because you don't want to hear what she has to say because it's not in agreement with what you're saying or how you feel. Destiny says, I was asking you a question. Tisha tells her that she's not answering any more of her questions. And in my opinion, the reason she didn't want to answer any more of Destiny's questions is because she knew Destiny was telling the truth. Now, since she's not getting her way, she doesn't want to talk anymore. And now Tisha's emotional insecurity has entered the chat. Destiny says, I feel like I'm being gaslit right now. Baby, why Tisha go, oh my God, Jesus Christ. That girl said, ganged up on, gaslit. What else, girl? You gonna be the victim too? And I was like, not the degree holder in victimology, not the head victim in charge trying to ask somebody else if they gonna play victim. Destiny, that's what you get though. That's what you get for forming a convenient friendship with LaTisha Scott. It takes a special type of person to hold space for LaTisha Scott, baby. Even though she admitted that you did originally acknowledge her feelings, she doesn't truly want acknowledgement. Okay, Destiny? She wants agreements. She wants you to side with her and her only. She wants to control the narrative. Instead of trying to force this relationship or hold on to it just because maybe y'all don't want to hear folks to say, I told y'all that friendship wasn't going to last. Think about it more so like the season of y'all's life, y'all's little ship has sailed, like it's over. And you don't even have to worry about the reason, because we already know the reason y'all linked up was because y'all had a common enemy. So when people are talking about season, reason, lifetime, you ain't got to worry about the reason part or the lifetime part. It's the season is over. Stop trying to force it. Don't try to force it for the show. Don't try to force it at all, because it's done. Because now you got to sit here and try to wrap your brain around how in the world is this girl questioning me about loyalty when that's not really what she wants. Because if it was about loyalty, it's more so choose the side that you feel is right. Don't go with what I'm telling you to do, because she's not asking you anything. She's telling you what to do. Like I said, she trying to make you another Kimmy. But she's seeing that it ain't going to go the way that she think it's going to go. But if y'all saw that clip, get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. And I'll talk to y'all later.